I'm stringing up decorations. It's
Well, we
stringing
went
up
from a high
power
yesterday of
stations.
90, or close to 90, to a high today. Well, currently it's 3:30 and it's 56 degrees outside. Now, that's not the high. The high was this morning, which was like 70 degrees. Now, being South Florida, that's cold. That's cold. I'm sure some of you are like laughing at me right now, but I'm utilizing this time because I don't want to be out in the weather. It's just cold, windy, and like a misty rain, to try to go through some of our boxes and do the project that I hate most, which is checking lights and trying to organize. But it needs to be done, and this is as good a time as any. Again, I'm way behind, so hopefully I can continue to pull it out, find what I need, put them up, so I don't have just tons of lights everywhere. Now, usually what I do is I start pulling this stuff out before Halloween and organizing it in the garage, and then when it's time to pull up, I just pull it out and put it up. But because of the haunted house that we did this year and everything, I never got around to doing it, so got to try to do it all at once. Fun.
Icicle light formations imported from third world nations. I'm stringing up decorations. I'm freaking out fire stations. I'm pumping out radiation. My neighbors are out of patience.
Well, I feel like I'm making more of a mess than I am actually sorting, but we've got red lights in the tub. You got a box of blue lights. Back there, you actually have a lot of multicolored. Now, I'm not a big fan of multicolored lights. Never have been. Always like the solid colors. So I might be able to use those somewhere, but I'm not sure. Trying to go with more of a red and white theme this year. But I've got this box right here is all working white lights. Another box starting on all working white lights. And then I've got this big pile here is partially working lights or non-working lights that I need to get fixed. It's a necessity, and then anything back there is going to be older lights that most likely will be used as extension cords. If not, if I desperately need them, I'll go and start working on getting those fixed. But we've got that tub, that tub, that tub, and some little boxes still full of Christmas lights. So I think what I'm going to do, because I'm running out of floor space, I'm going to take some of the white lights, start putting them up where I need to. And we'll go from there. I've got a box of net lights, icicle lights, which are right there. Alright, well, it's late and I am doing some programming. It's too cold and rainy and wet out to really do anything out there, so I wanted to show you something that I suggest you do to try to save you some time. If you're having to, like in my case, I'm using the same songs, but I'm reprogramming a lot of my channels because of my new house. So I want to show you what I did real quick. Hopefully you can utilize this technique to hopefully save you some time, and it's going to save me a lot of time in programming. Since I'm pretty much going to reprogram everything, I'm trying to use some of my programming from last year to fill in some gaps of those some channels that I can possibly mirror or use my programming I've already stored. So let me show you what I'm going to do. Hopefully this makes sense and you can follow what I'm trying to say. But this year I'm going to have to reprogram a lot of my show because of the new house. So what I'm trying to do is save as much work as I can from last year's show to hopefully minimize the amount of work I have to do this year, especially since I'm already strapped for time. So the first step is going to be to open up the window. First step is actually going to be to open up the Lightorama sequence editor. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here. I have saved everything from 2013 in a special Christmas 2013 folder. So I'm going to open this, and here's my show from last year, all my sequences. Let's go ahead and open up Wishlist because this is the one I'm going to use as an example. I'm just going to go ahead and double click that. It'll open up last year's 2013 wish list.
Now this little message that comes up just says that the picture doesn't exist for my animation. No big deal. Now what I'm trying to save here is not only the programming that I've done, but also the timing of you know, all the tick marks, all the timing of this particular song. If you have to, and I don't know if I've had to with this song or not, but if you have to make any special timing changes, because you can easily move these timing marks when you're going through, you might have to make adjustments to your timing to make sure you can get the programming right. And that's one thing that I want to definitely hold on to and keep. And this is the only really way that I can figure out that you can do that. So what I've done, first of all, is like I just showed you, I opened up my old sequence. This is all my old stuff from last year. The first step would be to, well, first of all, open it, but the second step would be to file and save as, and what I'm going to do is save this as 2014. Wishlist 2014, but I'm going to have to move it. I don't want it in my 2013 file. I want it in my 2014 file that I've already created. Wishlist 2014. Now this message won't pop up because I've actually already I've already done this. I'm just doing it again to show you, put it on film. Alright, but I'm going to say yes. Now what I've got here is I've got a copy of my 2013 programming in 2014. Now I can edit this. So what the first step I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and hit edit. I'm going to import my channel configuration. This is the first step you do before you start programming it at all, is set up your channel configuration. And I went ahead and set up that channel configuration and put it in my 2014 box. And there it is, 2014 LLC. Alright, so now you see that I still have all my programming, all my timing is still the same. My music audio file is still there. We'll hear it come on. There it is. Everything is still intact. The only thing that's changed so far is my channel configuration, and if I open up my editing, there's my house and all my drawing that I just did. So the next step would be I'm going to go ahead and reduce the size here, and I'm going to, while I'm in Lightorama here, I'm going to go ahead and file, open up my 2013 file again, right there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and reduce that as well. Now I have two windows open, 2013 and 2014. Now I can easily let me get my keyboard here. By pressing and holding the shift button, I can select the channels that I want to copy. And in this case, my horizontal tree, I'm going to have a horizontal tree in my new show, but it's not box 1 channel 1. It's not in this position. As you can see here, the first 8 channels of last year's show, box 1 channels 1 through 8 or 1 through 9 actually, was my horizontal tree. This year, my tree is box 2 channel 8 through 16 or so. So it's in the wrong spot. So I'm going to go to my old file, go to the very beginning of the song, channel 1. I'm going to hold down the shift button, go to the end, make sure to only select the channels that I want, let go of the shift button, right click, copy. Now I can come down to my second file here, 2014, first box, right click and paste, and now I've actually copied that and put it here. Most likely they'll be able to keep that programming exactly the same. I won't have to reprogram this. However, I might find when I'm actually going through my when I'm fine-tuning this program that I wanted to do something different, but at least it gives me a good jumping point to program that. Also from here I can pull out, I had my tree, a spiral in my tree last year, which was trees V1 through V8. I can go ahead and copy that. And I'm going to go ahead and see my tower is going to be a spiral, but it's going to be spiral red and spiral right, so white. So I'm going to go ahead and open this. I'm going to paste multi here. And if I just paste once, it's going to go from 1 through 8 to the end. If I paste, how many times would you like to paste this vertically? I'm going to switch that from 1 to 2. This way it's actually going to do 1 through 8 all the way across, and it's going to mirror it twice. So it's going to go 1 through 8 here. And so this 8 will mirror this 8. And that's just, again, a jumping point. When I go back through, I'll be able to fine-tune that as I want. Another thing I can pull from here, let's see, is going to be my eaves. Remember, go back to the front, channel 1 or box 1 here, shift hold to the end, release shift, right click and copy, and that will be my chaser. And go ahead and paste that, boom. Alright, and also my wreath I can copy, so I'm going to go ahead and come back here. Do this probably one more time, I believe. Copy. And I can find where I'm putting my wreath here. There it is. And paste. Now, if I wanted to, I can come here, open my animation. Just go ahead and zoom out. Simulate night and play. And even though a lot of this you'll see will flash, this is just some leftover programming that is still in there from last show. This is not actually going to do this. I'll go ahead and erase that and reprogram these sections. But what would stay would be this tree here. And once the song gets a little deeper here, you'll see the eaves, or which will be the chasers, and the wreath will spin in the middle. Also the vertical. These are the things I've copied and pasted, and I'll be able to keep a lot of this in play. And you might even find that I like how this goes like this, you know, the swoops go like this, so I might keep that like that. It's really a good jumping point, and I can fine tune. It sounds or looks like I'm going to have about 32 channels that are going to be pretty much done, and then 32 other channels that I'll have to really fine tune and spend more time on. But this cuts my work time in half, and more importantly, that's just programming work time in half, but more importantly, to get all the timings the same, and if I had to adjust anything, basically I'm keeping all that, so I don't have to worry about that at all. So make sure before you close any of this out, I'm going to go ahead and open 2014 again. I'm going to go ahead and save it, and now I can close it out, and then this one I can just close out because I didn't change it all.
Also, I want to mention that it is extremely important I find, and it doesn't matter what computer I use. I don't really think it's a computer. I think it's a glitch in the software. Make sure you save and save often. I've been sitting at the computer for literally hours, and I didn't save, and the computer froze up on me. The program failed and basically shut down, and I lost all that time. So don't just save. Set a little 15-minute timer on your phone or something, and make sure you save constantly, because you'd hate to go through a lot of work and then lose it. That's my other bit of advice. So hopefully this information helps, and you're able to use this and use this trick to try to minimize the amount of time you have to spend on programming your life. So that's going to do it for today's vlog. Hopefully tomorrow is going to be a nicer day. I do have a baseball game tomorrow night, so I don't know how much stuff I'll be able to put up, but hopefully something, maybe before the game. But anyway, stay tuned. We'll have a lot more videos to come, a lot more.